It's London Man. In this segment, we will be covering the bird, the fish, and the dragon. Let's go. Well, we are back again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Looks like Mr. West and the bird lady is not yet finished with us. You may think this is a normal dinner party, but the arrangement of the table tells you a different story. I can see several different birds on the menu. Take a look at the bird on the centerpiece. This is the main feature for a reason. If I had to guess, I think they are showing us for a reason. The mackerel bird on the moon. I could be wrong, but I highly doubt it. Let's head over to the European Space Agency and see what they have in store. Let's go.
On January 14th, 2005, the European Space Agency's Huygens probe plummeted through the thick clouds of Saturn's largest moon, Titan. It successfully landed on the mysterious surface more than 2 hours later, capturing image after image for 72 minutes, before losing contact with its mother spacecraft, Cassini, its only link to Earth that was orbiting Saturn above. During its short time falling through the skies of Titan and landing on its almost familiar surface, Huygens managed to transmit hundreds of incredible images, revealing the large moon like never before. More than 17 years later, these images are still the best we have from the surface of Titan, the solar system's most Earth-like moon. Overall, Huygens was designed as a descent probe that would collect all of its primary science during a fall through Titan's atmosphere. Whatever it did or didn't see afterwards would be a scientific bonus. As Huygens plunged into Titan's clouds and deployed its parachute, its cameras began capturing incredible images of its descent. This footage was created from those images and reveals in just a few minutes what Huygens saw during its 2 hours and 27-minute journey through the thick smog-like haze. At first, only an orangey-brown blur is visible, but as the probe falls deeper and the cloud starts to clear at around 30 miles above the surface, which is about 50 kilometers above the surface, large, never-before-seen features are slowly revealed. A dark valley can be seen between brighter hilly regions. Beyond the hills to the left, 2 dark parallel lines are visible, which are part of a vast system of dunes that cover the moon. A complex network of drainage channels can be seen cutting through the hillside, a possible cause of methane rain pouring down its slopes. Unfortunately, Huygens had a problem in the communications program during its mission that limited the number of images it could transmit to Cassini from 700 to only 376, meaning that nearly half of the images taken were lost forever. But the images it did manage to send still allow us to see below the clouds of Titan in unprecedented detail, taking Titan from a fuzzy orange ball to a fully realised world in the span of just a few hours. After its turbulent descent, Huygens landed safely on the surface. Luckily, it didn't crash into sharp rocks or hard ice, or splash into one of Titan's many lakes or seas. Instead, it gently dropped down onto a bed of what looks like soft, wet sand made of ice grains. This is the only view from the surface of Titan ever captured. The image reveals a flat plain surrounded by scattered pebbles.
Okay, let's take another look. For those of you who didn't see it the first time, let's go. Take a look to the right. The formation that looks like a bird, as you can see, clearly it's the bird hiding in plain sight.
The image reveals a flat plain surrounded by scattered pebbles. The image reveals a flat plain surrounded by scattered pebbles. The image reveals a flat plain surrounded by scattered pebbles.
Wow, is it a coincidence that the bird in the centerpiece seems to be surrounded by blueberries, which resemble small pebbles?
Flat plain surrounded by scattered pebbles.
Interesting. Kanye seems to know more than the average man.
My perspective on the world or the realm that we live in is like it's being put together, right, through some of the findings that I'm coming across through ancient stuff. And believe it or not, NASA is actually providing me some stuff. And I know a lot of people say, oh, NASA, you shouldn't believe them. But sometimes they show you the truth in plain sight.
Oh, okay. 2080 rule. I go by the 2080 rule. There's always, if it's false, there's always 20% truth, and if it's truth, there's always 20% that's not true, so at least. So, yeah, man, they'll tell us. So what did you find? What have you found from NASA? And what does NASA mean? I'm thinking, is it Hebrew or something? It means to deceive, is that right?
I think it is to deceive, yeah, something along those lines. Yes, you're right. Let me put it this way. The way how they're deceiving us, right, is that they're telling us about these planets and how they're out there floating in suspended animation, right?
Yeah.
But the trick behind it, Campbell, is the locations is really on this realm with us. Like Mars is on this realm, Venus is on this realm. They're all locations. They're secret locations, code names, you know? And this is what I'm starting to realize is everything that we see in the sky is on the floor with us. Everything is on the floor with us, meaning the stars and everything, constellations is really on the ground, in my opinion.
Wow.
This is where my work is leading me to.
So it's basically the sky's like a reflection. 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 So it's basically the sky's like a reflection, is what you're saying, of the greater realm.
Correct.
Could Mars, Earth and the Moon be homogeneous in several ways? We have the pyramids on the Moon, and we have the pyramids off the Moon on Earth. Very interesting. And the pyramids of Mars, of course. And we have the bare face on the Moon. And here is the face on Mars. And finally, we have the birds on Mars, the birds on Earth, and the bird on the Moon. The good folks at NASA seem to agree with London about the bird on the Moon. Plus, this bird seems to have 16 anatomical points, just like a parrot. So we have the faces, the pyramids, and the bird. Let's go.
So obviously there's a lot of manipulation going on. I saw this video. I'm actually in the middle of making a video about it. There was this guy from the government, and he was talking about Space Force, and he talking about the Chinese being on the moon and on the dark side of the moon, and they're mining all these minerals and things. And then he says, he's like, so picture it like this: the moon is another continent, and the ocean is space. And I just went, okay, fair enough. So I mean, he was literally telling us, that they're going, water space, right? They're going to the outer space, right? The outer waters, and that these heavenly bodies or whatever are continents maybe out there. That's how they're visiting them. So yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, but I like what you just said there. He said the moon is another continent, right? Is that am I correct?
Yep.
Okay, I'm glad I heard that, because one of my other theories is that as well as the bird, you have the giant fish, and you have the dragon.
Once again, very interesting. More information leads to confirmation about the great celestial bird. Their ancestors left many depictions and clues about our realm. All around the world, everyone was in sync. Before we could travel anywhere, just like a bird, soaring through the sky. Now we're more like the dodo bird, flightless, and near extinct. Nevertheless, let's head over to Pamela and see what she found.
Hey London, you may be interested to know that one of the more striking visuals created for the Atlas was the Eagle map, which depicted the United States with a giant bird superimposed on it. Churchman wrote in the Atlas that the eagle, which looks more like a dove or pigeon than your standard fierce bald eagle, was intended to be a placid representative of national liberty. He envisioned a mythical backstory in which the bird had been in the old world, became fed up with the oppression, conflict, and tyranny there, and then taken its flight across the Western Ocean in search of a resting place where its administration of equal rights might be duly appreciated and respected. Furthermore, the eagle's silhouette was drawn to align with the borders of the United States, which at the time did not yet extend westward of the territory acquired by the Louisiana Purchase. The bird's chest formed the Atlantic seaboard, its wings extended to the western limits, and its talons curled around Florida. In fact, the only part of the country that was not incorporated into the bird was Maine. In the Atlas, Churchman acknowledged this shortcoming and explained to potentially disgruntled Maine residents that the mapmakers had designated the state as the eagle's cap of liberty. On the map, the supposed cap just looks like a squiggly line, but the purple prose-inclined Churchman couldn't very well say, "Sorry, the awkward shape of your state would ruin our badass eagle."
Excellent stuff, Pamela. Thanks for bringing us up to speed with the American Eagle map. Let's head back over to the planet Saturn, moon Titan. Let's see if we can locate a dragon.
An orangey-brown blur is visible, but as the probe falls deeper and the cloud starts to clear at around 30 miles above the surface, which is about 50 kilometers above the surface, large, never-before-seen features are slowly revealed.
Let's go again, for those of you who missed it the first time. Just like the bird, the dragon is in plain sight.
Large, never-before-seen features are slowly revealed.
Keep this pattern in your mind. Now let's make some cross-references with the ancient maps and NASA. Let's go. Pay close attention to the limbs extended out from the dragon.
Large, never-before-seen features are slowly revealed. Large, never-before-seen features are slowly revealed. Large, never-before-seen features are slowly revealed.
This realm seems to be full of surprises, dragons everywhere. When you open your eyes, you open your mind. Let's go and locate the great fish.
They include a huge serpent and also a giant fish, both of which are cosmic symbols.
This one should be quick and easy. We already have the fish out in the desert of Morocco. The size of this fish could feed a whole nation. No need for 5 loaves or 2 fish. Pay attention to the black smudge. This would be the eye. When the fish die, the eyes turn black. Keep that in mind. Let's go. And last but not least, here we have the fish to the left. I'm quite sure this would be the fish. You have the head and you have the tail end. The bird, the fish, the dragon. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Till next time, look after yourself. Love over war. Lay low. London.
You're fucking goofy. Get the fuck out of here, you piece of shit. I saw you laughing in the chat, you fucking clown.